Hey, Joan here with your weekly energy reading. And this is for Saturday, May 23rd through Friday, the 29th. So, in the month of May, each week we've had our focus was on adventure. That was our theme for the month, was adventure. Then we went into the standing stones, and that was all about using your voice and speaking up for maybe something that you're ready to get some movement, gain some traction on. And when you do, sweet results await. So I thought since we just moved into Gemini season, let's see what's in store for us. So today, think about anything you're ready to get a little insight on, maybe a way to move forward or a way to understand or to get just a little insight as to where you are. And in order to go where you want to go, what might be one idea that could help you gain that traction, that momentum, that consistency that is your sweet spot. So it's going to be, let's play with the number four today. So you can pick a card between one, two, three, four. I'm using a few decks. Today I'm going to use Colette Baron-Reid's Good Tarot for our theme card for today. And then we're going to use Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors and um, Archangel Michael with Radleigh Valentine. So those two decks, but we actually have one, two, three, four. We're actually using six decks, which I love to do because everyone who creates or tarot, tarot, however you like to say it, whoever creates the deck, the writer and the illustrator each have their own energy they put together, and that's where the magic happens in the deck. So you'll notice that if you have many decks, oh, I've had, you know, actually, I probably had hundreds of decks over the years, and I just give them away. I use them for a while, and then they no longer have the right vibration or the right energy, and I know they'll work beautifully for someone else. So I just keep moving up the scale of what, kind of, it's like the onion, peeling the onion to find out what really makes me happy, what's really nourishing, what works, and why have 10 decks if one deck works best for that. So every one of my decks, I think I have probably 20 some decks now. Um, I got rid of a few last month and bought a few new decks and experimenting and playing with them. And there's a new deck coming out, and I'm going to do an unboxing. I've never done an unboxing for a deck, and I thought that would be really fun. So in June, we'll do an unboxing. And so you'll get to see a deck from the very first time, the way I like to have it have all my energy in it so it can give you juicy readings. And then we'll do some juicy readings where you get to choose. And basically, when I do these readings, you get to see, is this a deck I'd like to play with? So today, let's go. First of all, thank you. Thank you for being here today and playing with me. I love these Saturday morning dream times. It's just one of those times you can just sort of check in, hang out. I'm consistent, I'm trustworthy, I'm reliable. I'm absolutely quirky, and I'm always here. So every Saturday morning at 9 a.m., unless I'm dead, I will be here at 9 a.m. unless some catastrophe happens and I'm not. But I have every intention. Saturday mornings at 9, you get to pull a card, see what's fun for you for the week, because it's all about let's loosen up, let's lighten up, let's have some fun. And then I finally figured out what I wanted to do midweek. I'm only going to do two posts a week. I do a 1 minute short, which is just sort of a thought for the day with a little magic, a little zhuzh for that midweek inspiration. And then Saturday, you get to pick a card. So those are the two video options. Since we are in the air sign of Gemini, I went to Colette Baron-Reid's Good Tarot. And the card, I told myself, okay, I'm going to shuffle, shuffle, and pick the first air sign that came up. And it was the Two of Air. And here's the back of the Good Tarot deck. And I think it's really interesting. Now because I want you to pay attention to this. So let me do, our key themes for the month of May: adventure, using your voice, sweet results await. And then today, the final piece of the May puzzle is uncertainty, considering your options. Don't we know that when we start using our voice and we start speaking up where we're often quiet, we're going to come up against, different conflict. So it's like, I think what comes up for me is looking at how are you leading yourself? And the better I lead myself, it's the better I'm able to be a leader of others, but not unless I lead myself well. And so that uncertainty, I think uncertainty is an essential part of adventure because it's something new, something different. And here's what I'm going to just sort of paraphrase this. Time to take a break and consider your options and think about things. Well, Gemini, great thinkers. They're like the lives of the party. That's all about communication. If you think of your Gemini friends, they typically do things very quickly. They move fast, they talk fast, but truly, they're the super fast thinkers, communicators, sign of communication. And there's no need to rush forward. And the video I just did, the short that I did on Wednesday, I'm going to put the Wednesday short on this page. That's talking all about trusting yourself. So you're right where you need to be. No need to rush forward. The perfect answer for the highest good will come to me if I take my time and remain in a peaceful state. Isn't that magical for the month of May? I think we did an awesome job of seeing what's the energy. And for just a couple of keyword tips for Gemini, what Gemini season invites us to do: be curious, explore new places, maybe learn something new. And again, if we want to engage some of the energy that Soul was saying, or spirit guidance, whatever was suggesting, is using your voice to explore these new things, trying somewhere new, asking for help, adventure. And I haven't used these decks in a while, so I don't remember if what I have a sudden idea. Okay, let's do something really fun. Right now, put your hands on your heart for a moment and maybe just close your eyes, relax your lower jaw, and just breathe out your mouth. And I want you to think of something you're really grateful for. And then just let that love permeate every cell of your body and end up with a smile on your lips. Just that gratitude, something you so appreciate, you're so grateful for. So we want to be full whenever we play with oracle cards. And my thought today is think about maybe something you're not grateful for, something that's challenging or frustrating, or something, there's an adventure you want to take, but you're not quite sure, or there's something you want to say, but there's a lot to kind of work through on that. My thought is, angels, what would be in my highest good and all concerned? What is something that would support and nourish me right where I am so I can feel confident and courageous in my communication so that I can trust myself even more? So, what I want you to do is pick a number 1 to 4, and we're going to do something really fun. I haven't done this, that Spirit just said this is what you get. So every number today is going to get 2 cards. So pick a number 1 to 4. And here's the back of Archangel Michael. And then I'm just thinking of you. And then I'm going to do the Angels and Ancestors deck. And the back of Angels and Ancestors deck. So fabulous. So again, we're just thinking about numbers 1 to 4. Each deck is so different there. I'm going as quickly as I can, but Spirit is really guiding me to, shuffle, 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 sort differently. I just follow directions because I want to get a really beautiful reading for you that's nurturing and supportive and meets you right where you are. Okay, so dun, 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 dun. Ready? Card number 1. Wow. Ignite your passion. Welcome abundance into your life. Prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that Source will heal your financial challenges. This is if you pick card number 1. Cha cha cha. So cool. If you pick card number 2, Hunter, track down your fears. Track down your fears and desires. Isn't that an adventure? And then, as you do that, step into the spotlight. You have a message that the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. Track down your fears and desires because it's time to step into the spotlight. You have a message the world needs to hear, and it's time to share your wisdom. That's if you pick card number 2. Cha cha cha. Number 3. Ooh, Shaolin Master. What does that image say to you? Be graceful in movement and action. And get your power back. You have forgotten who you are. You're a child of the divine, so take back your power and be graceful in your motion and action. And our last card. Ooh, if you pick number 4, look at this Egyptian goddess. High priestess. Harness mystic power. And what was I talking about in the video that I did, the little short, the 1 minute short video? It's talking about trust. Trust the guidance you're receiving. Archangel Uriel has blessed you with a brilliant epiphany and is present to clear away your worries so you can trust your divine guidance. And then I thought, let's, okay, let me see how I'm going to do that. Hold on 1 second. So, if we're working with Angels and Ancestors deck, now I'm going to do a general reading for everybody because we had cards for the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're timestamped below as well if you want to, review that. For the general, for all of us this week, harness your mystic power and be graceful in your movement and action. Track down your fears and desires, and that'll help you ignite your passion. Trust the guidance you're receiving. Archangel Uriel is clearing away any worries so you can trust the divine guidance you're receiving. And it's a great way to get your power back. It's sort of like remembering who you really are. You're a child of the divine. This is your time. You've got this. And get ready, you can step into the spotlight. You have a message the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. And the last one, welcome abundance into your life. Prosperity is on its way to you. Have faith that Source will heal any financial challenges. And I just thought, what would be a lovely ending for this last week of May is to pick a final card. And, we're talking about adventure as the theme. And my mother loved traveling the Silk Road on many of her adventures. And here we have the trader. So you would, think of this trade ideas and bargain. So think of it's always an adventure. Exchange energy to create abundance. You might have exactly what someone is needing. And the secret way, if there was one thing I could say that will give you the most support this week, it is prioritize self-care. You do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. Now that's an adventure. You know what I mean? It's like in any group I've ever been in, there's always a handful of people who are the actual workers. At any party, who's in the kitchen helping the hostess clean up at the end? Because I think it's fun and I don't want to wake up to a filthy kitchen. So it doesn't matter how these cards play out in your life. It's what feels good to you. And a little tip of the day, I just ordered this pin. It's called the Daily. Now, this is going to sound bizarre. It sort of feels, this one is like an inkjet, a gel pen, and I just ordered the felt pens because I'm sort of updating my scheduling and planning. I wanted a little refresh, a new adventure. So I want, okay, fresh start, new tools. And what's nice about this, first, it has gold on it, which I really like. And it can hook right on your planner, or it's clickable right in your purse, or planner, or in a bag, etc. They come in black and they come in white, but it's the Daily again. but I'm a pen junkie. I journal every day. And I mean, just like for this, I'm always writing. This pen feels silky smooth, and the point and how it writes is magical. So if you were ever needing or wanting a magical pen, just thought I'd share a little tip of the day. So that's an adventure for me. How I start any adventure is first I dream about it. I grab my journal, or I happen to really like blank pads. I don't like lines. So I'll grab, just one of these little notepads, and I'll just start to dream and write. Everyone has their own process. And then that helps me kind of get things out. And then I'll go to my calendar. I call it calendarizing. And then I'll start to fit things in the slots as to how it all comes together. So for me, a pin is one of the key tools for any adventure. And since for the month of May was all about adventures, I just wanted to share that little bit. Alrighty, that's it for now. Have a great week. Thanks so much for being here. Take good care. Have fun. And I'll be back again on Wednesday with a 60-second little zhuzh for the week, little burst of energy. And we'll play with cards in June again next Saturday. Alrighty. Bye for now. Take good care.